Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mom Pearls, where we discuss life's problems from a biblical perspective. I'm here today with my sisters Yolanda and Sister Leah. We're all moms and we're sisters in Christ. Now, y'all listen. This episode is going to be really good, especially for these first-time moms. I want y'all to listen. Look, any questions? I want you to jump in, send a comment or anything. Let us know what you think about this segment. We're going to do our best to help you with some of the funniest, some serious things, some funny things as far as having babies. What to expect when you're expecting. Stay tuned. Be right back.
Mom's Pearls. Mom's Pearls. Mom's Pearls.
Hello, moms. Hello, moms. Come on in, have a seat, get your notepad so you can take down some pointers and so you can write some questions and some suggestions if you have any. So today, like she said, we're talking about what to expect when expecting. We're going to jump right in with there are 3 trimesters to pregnancy. I'm a little biased because I think they say it's 9 months, but I think it's really 10 months once you're in it. But we're going to stick to what they say in the books and on paper that it's only 9 months. When you do the math, it maths up to 10 months. So we're going to talk about some of the things we as women, as our bodies go through when we're pregnant. They say there's the morning sickness, which for some of us, it is all day sickness, or sometimes it's night sickness and not morning sickness. There's the fatigue. We have cravings. We have food aversions, the opposite of cravings. And then there's the things you do to prepare for the baby, the physical baby, then things you do for your body to prepare. And there's so many questions about having a baby and what to expect. So we're going to jump right in and try to talk about some of these things. First, we're going to talk about how the body changes.
Oh, boy.
So one thing that I love about being pregnant is that I get boobs. I don't have them usually, but when I get pregnant, I go up a couple sizes in the cup and I'm like, hey, y'all, hey.
Look what I got. Look what I got.
Hey, I can fit my bras. It's weird. But I've never been a boobalicious girl. And so when I do get pregnant, I get a little cup size change, and that's great for me. But there are also other changes that come with that. They're sensitive. They're the nipples, the areola. Your areola will get bigger and darker.
Yes.
Okay. And the nipples are very sensitive to the touch. So sometimes you don't want to wear that bra or even a t-shirt. So just be mindful of that. You may want to go up a couple sizes in your shirts because you don't want anything touching the girls.
Well, see,
what about you?
Mine was big, so I didn't need mine to be any bigger. Hello. I'm from the big girl club. So it was like, oh, no. And they got big. And I was like, oh, boobalicious. Now let me
I'll be praying for them to stay. Once breastfeeding and the baby is done, then they go back down. But I'm praying, Lord, please let them just give me one cup. Give me one cup.
I'm telling you. And they do become very sensitive. Mm-hmm. But they become like that. That's where the baby, if you're a breastfeeder, that's where the baby would latch on. So your areolas have to become bigger. So it'll be the spot where the baby's lips will hold on to it. So I understood that. I just didn't like the bigger boobs, Hell, I'm just saying.
Now, see, I'm with Sister Shayla on that. I don't need mine to get any bigger. They do get bigger, but I don't need them to get any bigger. However, ladies, I don't know nothing about them being sensitive. Okay, like when the baby first latches on and we try to nurse, it's a little pain there, but these bad boys is rock solid. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but mine have not ever been really sensitive. I'm not like the shirt person doesn't bother me. However, the stomach is a problem. Okay. It works my entire nerve, the entire pregnancy. Like I'm always uncomfortable. I don't want anything touching it, not a t-shirt, not a seatbelt. Like my kids are like, why aren't you wearing clothes? I'm like, because I can't, like we just not, it's not working for us as a group. We not seeing the clothes working out. So I don't know. That for me is just like, less boobage, more belly. I'm just like, leave the belly alone. Don't touch it. Don't breathe on it. Don't walk past it. Don't like.
Don't walk past it.
No, me
What
and my
about
husband be trying to be in our little small apartment kitchen. I'm like, bruh, all of your belly, my belly, we can't. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Too
For
much,
real.
too much belly, too much belly. What about morning sickness? What are we doing with morning sickness? There are so many different remedies out there for morning sickness, for your night sickness, whatever time of day you get it. Most of us get it. And some people get it to the point where they have to get infusions because I know what it is. It's like something gravidia or something like that, where the women are constantly thrown up. And they have to go get medication from the doctor because they become malnourished because you're not able to hold down any food.
Exactly.
And I know at one point I had to take the anti-nausea medicine with my firstborn because I was constantly throwing up, and to help prevent getting malnourished, they would give me the anti-nausea meds and increase my multivitamin, so that because you're throwing up so much, you're losing all your nutrients. But first off, always communicate with your doctor.
Yes.
Whatever it is, communicate with your doctor. If it's in your area, take the prenatal classes. The one I took, it was amazing. Take the prenatal classes. Nobody knows everything. Everyone's body is different. My situation with the with the enlarged boobs was different from both of these ladies, and yours will be different as well.
Exactly.
So I first want to say, always talk to your physician. And if you don't like them, get another one. You don't have to stay with that provider.
Thank you.
But we're gonna keep going. So the morning sickness, what has worked, or what didn't work for you?
I never had it. Thank you, Jesus.
Never had it.
Never.
How
had
did you do that?
4 pregnancies. Never had it.
Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord for Sister Shayla. I'm on pregnancy number 4, baby number 5. I've had it every single time. It is not ideal. I've had saltine crackers. I've had pretzels. I've had pizza. Hey, my mother's the regular for saying constantly keep something dry. So in the morning, that's what you have first thing. So I tried that. It is not the most pleasant thing. I don't like having to roll over first thing and throw something in my mouth. So it always throws me for a loop. But it does help from time to time. I tried the nausea medicine. I don't care for it. The one I had, like, it makes you feel like you're gonna vomit, and then you still don't. So you still get that feeling. It's just nothing comes out. That was really annoying. They've got lollipops and candy. I've tried all of that. And then one thing I think that does ring true, which means you sometimes have to be a fat girl, is not letting your stomach get empty. So you're always eating. And that, for those of us who don't eat regularly, can be a real chore. Because I'm tired of seeing the kitchen. I'm tired of trying to figure out what my next meal is gonna be in 30 minutes. Like, it's a mess. But those are some options that I think realistically help. Make sure to keep your water up. Like, it is, it's so boring, so old, but it is one of the best things that will help you, for sure.
That's true.
Yes, if water is a chore to drink, you can add fruits, you can add strawberries, you can add pineapples. I love adding pineapples. You can add cucumbers. Gives it a fresh taste to it. To me, everybody doesn't like it, but you can experiment with different water infusions, so you're not just drinking plain water, and to stay away from all the sugary drinks that we don't need even when we're not pregnant.
Okay.
All right, let's move along. We're moving along to delivery day. We didn't really talk about much what to expect. We're jumping right into delivery day.
You know what? That's so weird. That's so weird, because who had the Braxton hips when they were pregnant? I never did. What did that consist of? I never had it. So tell me, what was the experience with the Braxton Hicks?
They are contractions, but they're not real contractions. So for me, the doctor said, if you can still talk and walk and live your life through a contraction, then it's a Braxton Hicks. Okay. Like, I was joking around with my sister on the phone. They were like, yeah, those aren't real. Don't come in my room.
And they normally are earlier too, like earlier than when you would regularly be expecting your contractions during your trimesters as well.
Yeah, maybe like a couple months earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But another question. How would you explain a contraction?
It's like the whole stomach tightens up. it'll
like a
just
cramp, like a magnified cramp. Like it's like a really. But let
Magnified.
me tell you, hold on. Let me put a time in here because I don't want to go into descriptions. And people who are like me, like I'm like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Like I don't want to scare nobody or whatever. Let me just say, it's like for me, it was unexpected. So like I didn't read the books, none and all that. So like I was just like one night I just felt like climbing the walls. I was just like, okay, what is going on? Like what is happening to my body? Like, why is this? But I mean, I think it's just one of those things where like, okay, we're right here on the edge of time. We're getting ready to have some action. And I think that, like Yolanda had said earlier with the prenatal classes, I didn't take them, but I think that just knowing those techniques and stuff really help. And then, I mean, just knowing, so like I did have a midwife, so I had more freedom than what you would typically have in the hospital. So like that whole, and this was my firstborn, but like the whole like being able to move around, so like get in different positions and what works for you and things like that. I tried that with my second child in the hospital, and the lady was like, "No, ma'am, you're not on the monitor. We're not doing. I don't know what you yoga up in here. We're not doing that."
We're not doing that.
It was totally like, and I think that's important too. It's like knowing like your whole setup, where you're gonna have the baby, how you're gonna have the baby.
Right.
That's an option, hospitals, midwives, stuff like that. So it's just really important that you consider it and that you actually, like Yolanda was saying, you sit with these different resources and see what's really going to work best for you, your situation, your family, all of that stuff. And it makes a difference, and it makes it a lot less stressful when you're comfortable in your situation. So
yes.
So when do you think we should leave and go to the hospital? Hello. I believe
It depends.
your body can tell you that. Your body lets you know you better get there. I mean, I can't speak to you or her. My body's saying, girl, you better go. Somebody say, you ain't ready yet. You don't know my body. Yeah, I need to be leaving like right
That's
now.
right. That's right. Like the doctors will tell me, when your contractions are consistent in a certain interval, I think it was 4 minutes apart, to come on in. They never were 4 minutes apart. I've had 4 kids and they were never consistently 4 minutes apart prior to birth.
Exactly.
So it's up to you. I knew I would do all my laboring at home. So I knew when it was time for me to go, when I felt like I needed to poop, when I felt all the pressure in my bottom. Ladies, listen, it's not pretty going into labor. You can be pretty, you can put your makeup on, definitely get your hair done, get it braided up if that's what you're into. So it's one less thing to worry about, but it's not cute. Delivery. And I felt like I needed to poop, and I knew it was time to get to the hospital, and I had at most 30 minutes to get there, and we was having a baby.
See?
So you got to listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
Like Leah don't want to know what's happening, what's going to come down the line, but I wanted to know what's coming down the line. And it's just so you can be prepared. It helps you be more prepared. And when you feel like these things are happening, then you go in or you call your provider. They're expecting you to call, especially first time moms. They're expecting us to call around the clock because we don't know. And every little thing gives us hair standing up on the back of our head. So don't be afraid to call your provider.
That's
call
right.
them. That's what they're getting paid for. Call them.
And listen, let me tell you, for me, it's like we have like these polar experiences, but every pregnancy is different and your body is different. I totally agree. Your body will tell you. But let me, like, with me and my midwife, it was just like I told her, I was like, oh my gosh, like this one moment that I had felt like climbing up the walls. And then after that, I went back to sleep and I was Gucci. And it was like that the entire next day. Like, and she was like, okay, so when you go to sleep, you're not having contractions. That's why we not having no movement. You're not calling me no more. We not. Like, I'm just like, no, it's all good. Like, it's whatever. And for me, delivery day is so much better than these 9 months. Oh my goodness. I'll give my not pretty to 9 months of this mess, okay? I will take on the delivery day any day of the week. Like, I don't mind it. I enjoy it. Every pregnancy is not a problem. I remember my second one, my first one with the midwife, I was on the toilet the entire time. She was like, okay, you're pushing. Come on out. Let's go. Let's do what we need to do. We're not doing that. The second one, same way. I'm trying to make the bathroom my best friend. She was like, as long as you're not in there pushing, I was like, well, then we need to come on and let's make this happen.
Okay.
I was just like, well, I'm just here. I'm just on the baby. I let me go nowhere. It's 2 of them. So, whenever we start feeling it, and then I can just, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time to go. So I definitely agree. Your body will tell you, but I don't mind delivery day at all. For me, it is a grand time. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. Get these
Yeah.
babies here. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird like that.
So did y'all water break or did they induce you?
No
Water
water
broke.
breaks over here. Not a single one.
Your water didn't break on
Every child, my water broke.
Mine broke on one. They induced me on the other three.
No inductions.
You
I
got
had an
induced all the time
induction with the twins. I had an induction with the twins,
Uh-huh.
but the first two, no, they broke my water both times.
Okay. So you
See,
had
everybody's different.
pleasure both also.
I haven't had the mess where you like, I want it. So we'll see if this one gets a water break. But the rest of them, they've been trying to come like, honey, I think it was my second one. It was literally like push, pop, push, pop. There we go. Like that was it. Like they was trying to put, we're popping on our way out, mommy. We just whatever. Okay.
You are too funny. So you guys didn't even have a chance to get an epidural. Didn't even think of this, consider a C-section.
I didn't want an epidural, so I didn't go in with the mind to get one. I went in with the mind to avoid them. So
Exactly.
I did most of my laboring at home,
At home, exactly.
and then I would get to the hospital just about when it's time to have the baby. So epidurals, even if I wanted it when I got there, it was too late.
Okay.
And I didn't want one either. I had my first child at home. So that whole experience just set me up for a different mindset anyway. I'm like, oh, well, you can be at home and do all this by yourself. Then, you know, I tried the hospital because I wanted to see how it all worked. It was cool with me too. Wasn't too bad. But yeah.
The thing that gets me next is, look, y'all, how was it pushing that sack out after birth?
Well, for my last one at home, I had my last baby at home, and we were in the pool, and I was just sitting there for a little while. And then once I went to get up, it just came out. So I didn't have to push. It just slid right out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They pushed mine. I thought I was going too late. I thought they was pushing another baby out. I thought they were pushing Lord Jesus in the name.
No.
I'm telling you, that thing, it was so painful. I hope it's not painful for everybody on there. I'm saying for me, it was painful. I had, woo.
Yeah, it was general discomfort for me. However, because they want us to do that skin to skin with the baby, like right off, it was a helpful distraction. So like I wasn't paying as much attention, but you could definitely feel the pressure being applied. But I want to slip and slide.
Huh?
Okay, request, Lord, for this last baby. Okay, I need you to make a slip and slide snack come out. Okay, and I need a water bro because I want to see what all of this is about. And okay, Lord, what? Just slide now. Just slide now. I'm not.
Slide out. Just slide out.
It felt kind of gross though, but there was no pushing or mashing of the belly involved.
Ain't that something? So tell me, okay, next question. What to expect the day after?
Ooh, honey, yeah, let's talk about after your lovely human is now here and, you know, it all sets in that you are now officially on duty 24/7 around the clock, responsible for, you know, they say it's like wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Next 18 years.
You know, so I guess the first thing we should jump right in is how to feed these jokers, because most of the time they come out and they're ready to make you do what they do.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So like we initially said, which I think is general for everybody, it's not the most fun thing to breastfeed when you first get started. It's pretty painful, especially because you're still doing the cramping from your stomach. So you like that cramping stomach going on top of your breast isn't feeling the best with the baby pinching it. Feels like the baby has teeth right away. No, they don't have no teeth. But you're like, are you sure you don't? Open it up. Open your mouth. Let me just make sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And when you're breastfeeding, when the baby latches on right after delivery for maybe about the first week or so, every time the baby is nursing, your stomach will contract.
Yes.
So it's tightening up all of those muscles. So now you have a sore boob and your stomach is contracting at the same time. But ladies, it's worth it if you can breastfeed. I say do it. Get past those first few weeks, and then the pain should have dissipated by then. If not, then be sure to seek a lactation consultant, because the latch of the baby's latch might not be good. The baby could have a tongue tie. We actually just had to get my son's clipped.
Yeah.
It's when the little frenulum, the little piece of skin under your tongue is attached too much to the tongue. and the tongue doesn't have enough room to move around. So
Right.
it can cause pain on the nipple because the baby's not allowed to wrap their tongue around the nipple quite enough. You didn't come here for an anatomy lesson, but here
No,
we
that's good.
are. And so it can cause more pain if the baby isn't latching correctly. So it's simple. We went in, the doctor, we went to the ENT, ear, nose, and throat. She snipped the frenulum under the tongue. There was no sedation, and he was able to nurse right away. It was maybe 30 minutes, and the longest time was filling out the paperwork.
See?
So be sure that you're talking to your provider and to your lactation consultant, because they'll know the signs and they can help you get to where you need to go to have a successful breastfeeding.
I agree, because well, back in my day, I'm talking about back in 1978, y'all. I've been there for a minute. So in other words, back in 1978, I was told that when we breastfed and you felt those contractions in your stomach, while you was breastfeeding, it's pulling your body back into shape. You know, it's pulling, girl, give me my belly back. But the last one, I didn't get my belly back. And after a year, I couldn't say it was baby fat no more, it was mama's fat. And I think I got bigger after that. Let me quit. But yeah, once you breastfeed and you feel the contractions in your belly, it's actually trying to pulling the muscles back up into shape, because we expand, and now we're trying to get it back. And like I said, after 4, mine never went back. So hello.
Look, I give you 2 years before we start saying this mommy fat, okay? We got to get through potty training, baby, walking, talking. Then you come talk to me about some mommy fat, okay? I'm still giving you some time. But yes, I love that. So it is totally bring your body back together. And that's one of the benefits, excuse me, of breastfeeding is, again, you're burning more calories. So it works for mom and it works for baby.
Yes.
So if you can push through that pain, if you can make it, I totally understand if you cannot. But like Yolanda said, it's so important to speak to your provider, because you might not have a correct latch. Something might be going on with your nipple and stuff, and you don't want to make it any worse. So if there's a way you can get your provider to look at it, check things out, see what's going on with you, your baby, even like what she was saying about her last baby. Like, I didn't know that. So I mean, it's so much stuff out there that you can find out that can really help you if you really want to do breastfeeding, and that getting your body back together. Oh my goodness, that's so important. But there's also nipple creams that you can use. There are shields that they can. They say the breast milk is like amazing. So some people even just put the breast milk right back on their areola and area, and and help kind of soften it up and stuff like that. So there are a lot of things that, even though you're breastfeeding, it doesn't mean your baby can't take a bottle. So Yolanda is like the pump champ. I am like the opposite of what a pump champ is. Like, I'm like rarely at the pumping table, but I mean, you can get that milk. You can still put it in a bottle. That way, if you feel like I want to take a break, somebody else wants to watch it, maybe something like that, you have that as a resource as well. So don't make it feel like, I'm breastfeeding, I got to be tied to my baby the entire time. We have options, ladies. We have options.
Yes.
Look, that liquid gold, that's what we call it. It ain't no Similac, Enfamil, baby. That liquid gold is boss. I'm just saying, if you get a chance to breastfeed, please do. It's so
and
much.
my ladies who can't breastfeed, this is not a shot against you. We still love you as long as you're able to feed that baby and love that baby. Do what you need to do to feed that baby. Even some of us can breastfeed and some of us can't. There are ways out there that you can get breast milk for free. There's milk donors. There's all types of ways. But don't feel down on yourself if you cannot breastfeed your baby. Feed your baby, take care of yourself, and all is well. But when you're feeding those babies, whether they're breast or bottle fed, it seems like they're never full. The breastfed babies feed a little bit sooner, more often, because there's more water content in the breast milk. But it's about every 2 hours. And they say you need to wake the babies up in the beginning because they will sleep. But I didn't wake that baby up, because when that baby was asleep, I went to sleep.
He hungry. He know he hungry. He wake up when he get hungry.
Because the sleep intervals come few. Yes, they come few and far between. So I don't know. Might want to listen to your doctor, but I let that baby sleep.
Right. And look, and sleep when your baby is asleep. I know it's difficult, especially I think being a new mom for me, Lord have mercy. My daughter hit the floor too many times. I was knocked out on like, hey, we nursing, we everything. Hey, it is
Oh,
what it is.
London.
But, right, exactly.
Y'all
But when
hilarious.
you're a mother of more than one, we start having 2 or 3. It's like you don't feel like you can sleep with a baby. So you're like, I gotta cook, I gotta clean, the kids
Right.
need this, they need that. I know I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But you just still make it a priority because especially when you're breastfeeding, you need that rest, you need that energy to produce that milk, to produce. Listen, I done been in some real tight spaces trying to go out there and do it all. And I'm like, I don't have. Oh, I mean, it's a real thing. And listen, I have supplemented, okay? I breastfeed regularly. I love doing my thing, but I have supplemented. Breastfeeding moms, don't beat yourself up. Don't make it like, a whole issue. If you need to supplement. Do what's best for your baby. Nobody is judging you. We don't care. We want you to be comfortable, take care of yourself, and take care of your baby. And the best way to take care of your baby is to have a relaxed mom, a happy mom, an energized mom, joy from the inside. So it's so important.
And I want to interject real quick that off of what Leah said about being tired if you have multiple children, get your village. Invite some people over to help you. Everybody that say, oh, just let me know when you need something, call them and let them know you need something. You need a nap, you need these dishes washed or the dishwasher loaded. Call your village, call your family, whoever is close to you. And if you don't have family or friends close to you, get a doula. I highly, highly recommend getting a doula because they will do those things. They'll help with the baby so you can take a nap. They'll do the dishes. They'll do a load of laundry. Get some support. Yes, we're super moms. We're awesome. But you can't be too tired to take care of yourself and your baby. And if you're breastfeeding, you won't make the milk you need if you're not getting enough rest and taking care of yourself. So I know we got to wrap it up. And I just wanted to let you know. I love you too much.
I just want to leave something with everybody. But this here, we can go on and on and on, and we coming back. Trust me, we coming back. But Genesis 1:28, it says, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. That's look, people that can't have babies, you got IVF, we have adoptions. We have many ways to have babies. So don't feel left out because I'm saying it's just be fruitful and multiply. God makes a way for everybody, baby. He wants us to fill the earth. He wants us to do this. So with that being said, I want you guys to stay hopeful, prayerful, and just know that God has your back. Excuse me. I hope everybody got something out of this segment. And, if you have any comments, anything, leave it in the comment section down there. And we will get back to you. And we want you to have happy parenting, okay? Be blessed. See you next Tuesday.
Mom's Pearl.